Good evening, everyone. My name is Tina Hewerman. I'm one of the Detox Divas out of Pleasant Hill, Iowa. We've got Landy and Michelle in the house. We've got several other leaders that have helped us with the Detox Divas every week. And tonight we've got an amazing guest. Veronica Ortega is just absolutely amazing. If you were on our previous call with her, essential oil training class, you will know that we went over time and we could not get enough. We did not even want it to end. So tonight, I bet, is going to be just as powerful. She studied under Alexandria Brighton, our amazing world-renowned formulator, for years. She's a licensed massage therapist, a quantum aromatherapist, a Reiki master, a doula, and Feng Shui practitioner. I always say that wrong. So our purpose at Heart and Body Natural was launched with one simple purpose: sharing the synergistic healing trilogy products formulated with the healing powers of plants provided by our creator. If you have not heard Ben's story on what brought Alexandria out of retirement, Ben is Paula's husband. Paula's our founder and CEO. Ben had a serious life-threatening issue going on called vasculitis, and Paula contacted her dear friend Alexandria and asked her to come out of retirement to formulate some products that were going to help Ben on his recovery. Ben's story is available, and if you've not read that yet, please reach out to whoever invited you to this call tonight. It's complete with lab reports and everything. It's pretty amazing. We do want to be perfectly clear. What we talk about tonight is not intended for medical advice. We do not treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any diseases. This information is for informational purposes only, and it's not intended to replace the relationship you have with your primary health condition provider. Any decisions you make about your food or supplement choices should be made with the one-on-one help of a qualified naturopathic healthcare provider. If you have a medical condition, you should always seek that advice first. And I forgot, oops, I can't go back. I'll have to skim through that later. Let me stop share and pin the one and only amazing Veronica Ortega. So excited. You look adorable tonight.
Thanks. It's summer.
It's
Trying
summer.
to stay cool.
Trying to stay cool. Time for the summer look.
Definitely.
So thank you so much. I know last time you told us about how you and Alexandria kind of connected and your worship for her, for lack of a better term, and she's much deserving. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that before we start on the oregano oil?
Sure. I met Alexandria pretty much at the beginning of my massage career. I was looking for aromatherapy education, and she was living at the time in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And I was told that there was a lady who had her own oil company out there, and I went and met her, and that was it. That was the beginning of our relationship. So it's been a great whirlwind, of, as a student and, just as a great follower of her. I follow Alexandria, and I've learned so much, and I'm so grateful to her for all of the knowledge, because I really feel that my aromatherapy education actually did and has inspired me at a professional and a personal level. It has really changed my life completely. So I am really grateful to her and to her willingness to share a lot of information. I took her medical aromatherapy training called the Quantum Science of Aromatic Medicine. So that's where I became a quantum aromatherapist. So it's been, it really has. We really deal with not just the physical body, but the connection to the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body, all in one. So when creating a protocol for people, we're really taking into consideration everything that somebody may be going on, and just knowing that it could stem from something emotional or triggered something. So the physical body then just kind of moves forward from that and takes that on, and then the imbalance takes over in the body. So it's been a great journey with Alexandria, and I continue to learn from her every day that I do something, or if I call her. I'm just really fortunate to have her at an arm's distance, so it's been great.
And didn't you say in our last interview that you volunteered to like clean her office just so you could be around her?
Yeah, I did. I I would drive out to her office, and I would do whatever was needed. If she her daughter was working for her, and at the time her daughter was still in high school, and they were just busy and got overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. So I would just do whatever was asked of me: take out trash, clean the bathroom, vacuum, sweep, just so I could be around her and so I could actually learn. It was I was hoping for just, osmosis of stuff to come through. Just being around her, I'd hope things, droplets of it, really important information would show up, and I would just retain it. So it was great. It was a great beginning, and we're truly close, and we're family now. So it's been a great, I don't know, like 15, 18 years of relationship. So yeah, it's been good.
And what an amazing legacy she has left with you with all that knowledge. I know she has books and papers and PDFs and protocols and everything, but for you to truly understand her heart, her mind, body, soul, basically, and
Yeah,
to have
exactly.
that information to be able to share that like with us on tonight's call. We're so grateful for you to take
Oh,
the time and do
Uh,
this.
yeah, I love talking about oil. I can talk about oil for a long time, which if you all were with me with us last month or a month or so ago, you know that. So I can talk about oil forever. But it's really, I'm incredibly grateful for everything that I learned from her, and I'm grateful that I continue to share her information because she does want to share information. It's not something that she thinks that should just stay within herself. She really wants people to know how to use oils properly. It's truly her biggest mission. People need to know how to use essential oils properly and how to really understand the depth of what they can truly do for you. So yeah, I'm really fortunate that, and I'm so happy to do it, to share at any time with anybody. So yeah, it's been great.
That's awesome. We
So
would love to have Alexandra on a call sometime as well, but I know she's awfully busy. So for those of you that don't know, Heart and Body Naturals has recently launched a program where it's called the Try Me program. And one of the reasons we're talking about oregano tonight is because oregano is the Try Me product of the month. So if you're brand new to HB Naturals and you place an order of 100 CV, and whoever invited you can explain that, the company is going to gift you a bottle of this amazing oil, and that will be your gift from the company just for purchasing. If you've been here for a while, if you have an auto ship setup of 100 CV, that oregano oil is going to be shipped to you for free, just for being a loyal customer, which the company appreciates the loyalty of the customers. And tonight we're really going to dive in and find out the benefits of oregano oil. The little bit I know about it, it should be a staple in everyone's wellness kit for many, many reasons. And so, Veronica, I'm just going to mute myself and just let your magic flow.
okay, thank you, and thank you so much again for inviting me. Like I said, I love to talk about oil, so I'm always happy to join in on any conversation. So thank you again for letting me be a part of tonight. So oregano oil. When you think about oregano oil, you think of spice, which is truly what it is. And there's been in past where people were buying oregano, not really truly oregano oil, but some sort of oregano based oil that people were just swallowing because they said that it was just going to be it's the greatest cure all of such. So yes and no. So we're going to talk a little bit about some safety precautions and that you really need to understand, and some contraindications of when you use this oil, because this oil is a powerhouse oil. It is a strong oil. It is something that everybody should have, like like Tina said, everyone should have it in their wellness kit, but you want to be mindful about how you use it and you want to make sure you use it properly. One of the things that you want to make sure is that if don't ever put oregano oil straight onto your skin. With any new oil that you're introducing to your body, you want to be really careful. The inside of your arm is a thin layer of skin. So it's a good place to test oil to see if your body and your skin will not have any sort of irritation. So do a little bit of a test, but don't ever use oregano oil straight from the bottle. Do a little bit of a dilution. So what would you dilute it with? You could dilute it with maybe an unscented lotion. You could dilute it with jojoba, grapeseed oil, anything of that nature that can just help you out a little bit, because it will, if your skin is sensitive, this will leave a red mark. Your skin will turn red right away. So you want to be really careful. The other thing is that if you ingest this oil, it is an irritant to any sort of mucous membrane. So some stuff we have to have a little bit of mucus because that's how things move in our body. So you want to be really, really careful. You don't want to just drink this oil straight in. You want to make sure that you're doing it carefully. When you're pregnant, you do not want to use this oil whatsoever. So this is not an oil that is safe for anybody pregnant at any point in time of pregnancy, at any point in time. And if you're a breastfeeder, then you're not going to want to use this oil either. So safety regards, I would say not to use this oil until you're about a year out of the pregnancy and labor and post-birth. So don't use this oil on your skin directly. You want to be really careful. But let's talk about a little bit of the good things about oregano. One of the great things about oregano is that it is like an antibiotic. It is truly, truly a strong, strong oil that can really kill off a lot of viral and fungal, especially infection. But is also it can become an analgesic. It is antispasmodic. It is really great to stimulate the body as a tonic. You know, if you just have someone that is maybe not, your energy is, maybe your energy is really low and you just need a little bit of a kick, oregano oil will do that for you. One of the great things about using oregano, and I know that this group loves to do parasite cleanses, oregano actually is a great parasite fighter. So you can rub it on your belly to help, kill off the parasite, but you want to be careful. So here's the thing. You don't ever want to use oregano oil, and it's almost like the Tri-Remedy. You don't want to use it for more than 3 to 5 days. It has to be a small gap of time. And then you would switch. So if you're using the oregano oil for something very specific, let's say you have toe fungus, maybe you have, or some sort of a foot fungus. You're using the oregano. You can use the oregano on there for a few days, and then you're going to switch it to something else. Maybe you switch to tea tree, or you switch to any other oil that is possible that can help you, but you won't stay with the oregano for a long period of time. You want to be really, really careful about it. What is nice about the oregano is that it can be blended with other things. So one of the best oils to blend it with, to kind of just cut out a little bit of that heat or to not make it so strong, is lavender. So I would do like a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 drops of lavender to 1 drop of oregano, just to really cut that oregano back. It does not mean that the oregano is not going to do its job. It will still do its job. It will truly, truly do its job, but it won't make it so heavy. So if you know for sure that you're going to have a reaction on your skin, if you use a little bit of the lavender, if you use 2 drops of lavender, you may not have such a skin reaction, to the oregano. Oregano has been used for a lot of reasons. I use oregano sometimes with mosquito bites. You can use the oregano with mosquito bites. You can, like, I have had my stepmom she got a toe fungus after going to get a pedicure someplace, and we used oregano and then we used other oils. But that is the same, that's the same thing that you want to try to do, is really try to move from one oil to another oil. So you'll move from the oregano oil to a different oil. And it really, really works incredibly well. I know that there's questions, and if you give me a second, then I will, maybe Tina then can read them off to me after I kind of finish. So that way, because I can't read the questions and talk at the same time. I can't drive and text either. So you want to be able to just do a little, do a little bit of a blend of lavender and oregano together just to help you. If you have a muscle ache and you don't have trauma relief, then you want to use some oregano. You will still get the same kind of muscle relief that you'll get. So let's talk about ingestion, because it's the one thing that people always seem to want to talk, always want to do. So if you're going to ingest oregano oil, you want to do it maybe in a capsule. So you want to do one of those double O capsules, which is just a clear capsule. There's no chemical in it. And you can add some olive oil to the capsule, and then do one, maybe at the very most 2 drops of oregano oil, and then take it, like I said, 2 to 5 days. And that's like the max. That's just the max. You don't want to do it anymore, because what will happen if you overdo with this oregano oil, it will start to affect your liver a little bit. So when you overuse specific oils that are very strong, it will eventually affect your liver. So you want to be careful of that. You want to make sure that you're mindful of that. And it takes a long time. I mean, if for some reason you're, using oregano oil for, ingesting it for maybe a parasite of some sort, if you go a whole week, your liver's not going to shut down at that point. But you want to be mindful of it. You want to be careful. We're trying to promote safety and health, all in the same, spectrum here. So we want to make sure that that actually takes place. So be mindful of how you use the oregano oil. It is a great oil to have. It will kill any sort of gastrobacterial infection. It will, really help sinus infections, any sort of bacterial infection, or that happens within the sinuses. It will really help. It will, if you take it internally in the double O capsules, the oregano really truly will help, to kill off an sinus infection. It's crazy how it works, but it works incredibly well. You want to be careful about it, especially, please don't swallow it straight. You will do damage to your esophagus, and you will, the lining in your esophagus, the lining in your stomach, really, it can be temperamental. So you want to be really careful about it, and it can affect it. It's a soft tissue. It's not a hardy tissue. So you want to be really careful. One of the other great things about the oregano oil is that you can use it topically on your lungs, to really help extract any sort of excess mucus, or if any sort of lung stuff that's going on, if fluid is settling in the lungs, you really use it to really kind of extract all that. But be careful, if you do the lavender oregano mix together, then it actually will help, and it'll get you in there, and it will help you, just eliminate that ache in the lungs. But this is what I would do if you're using the lung. Here I go. We're gonna go off the track just for a minute. Ravensara is like the best lung oil out there, so use the Ravensara. I have not ever mixed Ravensara and oregano together, but I don't know. You could apply a little bit of oregano, lavender on your chest and on your back for your lungs, and then maybe a couple hours later add the Ravensara on there, and and see what you could do. But it is really a great oil. It's a very powerful oil. You just want to be mindful on how you do use it. So, that's the biggest key of it all. You want to tell me the questions, Tina, or I don't see
Yep.
them. I have.
Let me
Okay.
get that up here. I put a little heart on it so I could find it easily. Let's see. There it is. Is that the ratio of lavender oregano that we have, or do you recommend blending ourselves?
Oh, okay. So yes, it is pretty much the same ratio, I think, of the mix of the lavender and oregano that we have in the company already. It's pretty close to, I think it's less than a 50-50% of each. So you can blend it yourself. If you're going to use, if since it's a try me, it's the bottle is coming just straight with the oregano oil, and it does work really well. So you just want to, just be careful on how you use it. But both are good. Both are good.
I think, I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago, but on one of the Detox Diva calls, I talked about the Try Me program and how we were getting the oregano for free. And I smelled it while I was on camera. And it was so incredibly strong, just smelling it, that like my eyes started tearing. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And it like stuck to my nose hair for quite
Yeah.
a while. I mean, it is
Right.
so incredibly potent. And I think that's one of the things that sets these oils apart from any other company out there is the purity and the potency of it.
It's really interesting because I get commented all the time about how my office smells because I diffuse oil and then I use oil on every person that lays on my table. And I have to tell you, I share my office with 3 other people, and one of the people that is in my office belongs to an essential oil company. And we came to an agreement. Whatever you're using in your space, in your room, that's fine. But everything outside, that's what I'm going to use on my own. So he had a client come out and said, "Why does it smell different out here than it smells in your room?" So there's you can smell a difference. You can truly, truly smell a difference. And I tell people, when people say, "I distill oils all the time, and how come how come my room doesn't smell like this? Or how come my home doesn't smell like this? Or my office doesn't?" I mean, I have fellow massage therapists that come to my office and say, "How come I don't smell?" I go, "It's because it's about the quality of the oil."
Mhm.
That's all I say. It's about the quality of the oil, and that's the bottom line. It's the quality of the oil. And if your oil is not giving you this kind of scent, this kind of it's like a clean scent. We're very fortunate to have these oils because you don't smell the perfume. There's no after. It smells like what it's supposed to smell like. And that's one of the greatest things. And people commented always on what it smells like. And clients will say, "When I go home, everybody's so happy to hug me because they want to smell the oils." So it really makes a difference. It really truly does.
There was another question that just popped up. Somebody had said that have used this for mold in their home. And
Oh yeah.
how would you suggest they mix that? Like, what would you suggest for a DIY spray, or what would you suggest for that?
Um, so this is what I would do. I probably would not diffuse it. If you know exactly where the mold is, like if it's in a wall specifically, then I would probably do a mister, or like, get a big spray bottle and add oils, add the oregano to it and then add the water to it. And then I would probably just mist directly on. I had a friend whose home flooded and mold was starting to grow from the floor up. And that's what we did. We diffused protector actually in her home. And then we started spraying the walls with oregano oil, and we sprayed with eucalyptus globulus. We have we sprayed it with all different types of stuff, and it actually cleared up the mold, and people were surprised. I mean, the insurance adjuster was surprised that there was not as much mold as they thought. So you want to be careful. If it's someplace specific, then do a water and just do a big spray bottle and just mist it on there and just kind of clean with it a little bit. I wouldn't highly recommend. I mean, you could probably diffuse it, but I wouldn't. I mean, everyone's going to get hungry, probably thinking you're making pizza or spaghetti or something. So I wouldn't diffuse it. It wouldn't be my first thing to diffuse. But if you need to diffuse an oil to help kill the mold off, our protector is that oil. That's the oil that you want to be blend. That's the oil you want to diffuse. You want to diffuse protector because it will kill it off. Lemon will actually help kill off mold. As well as I like combining lemon and eucalyptus globulus together. that really does a lot for a room, and it kills off a lot of stuff, and it helps build up your white blood cells. So that's another good thing. But yeah, when it diffuse oregano, I would just spray it directly on and see how that works.
Yes, absolutely. I love Protector. I put it in the little mini diffuser and took it to Christmas to dispel the negative energies in case they came up during a family gathering. I know some of you know what I'm talking about.
Well, and it happens. It happens. Protector is a multifaceted blend. So it is about deep cleaning, and it at every level that you can think of. It will, I travel with Protector. I travel with it as a mister. If I'm in a hotel room, I spray everything down with Protector. I have a small traveling diffuser that I travel with, and I put Protector in the room because I don't know what happened in that hotel room before I got there, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't know what happened in there. So it does clear off the energy. It does make everything go back to a neutral state. And, so it works at the physical level of clearing out, even in your bed. Like, so when I change sheets, I spray Protector on my mattress. I sleep with dogs. So, dogs are dogs. So I spray Protector on the mattress and, on the sheets and inside the pillowcases and such, because you just don't know. It helps kill dust mites. That's the one big thing, but it really does clear the energy in a space as well. It's really nice. It's really, really nice to really clear off the energy. And as a massage therapist, there's a lot of people releasing a lot of different kind of energy sometimes. And every once in a while, people, if you have that awareness, you can walk in a room going, it feels a little thick in here. It feels like something is not quite right. So clear the energy, diffuse some Protector, spray some Protector around, and you'll feel better. I mean, trust me, it really, really works. It does so much. Protector and Protector is it just is that. I just gotta say, I love Protector. I have regularly at least 5 bottles because I go through it so fast.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. How many auto ships did you process this month to get the free one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Donna's got another question in here.
Sure.
And she said, if we're asking about other oils, I have a
Yeah.
customer who asked me today is if she could put passion essential oil in a body wash that she makes, anything specific she needs to know about that oil if she does this. She wanted to put oregano on her body wash, and Donna cautioned her not to do that since it's not an oil that you want to use every day, like we talked about.
Right. So that's very good that Donna, just deterred her away from using oregano inside of an oil. Inside of a body wash, but passion, I believe you can do. I don't think there's anything. I don't want to say that there's anything. If I'm remembering the ingredients, I don't think that there's anything bad. I think passion was once in a lotion, so I know that it would be fantastic in a body wash. I think passion would be one of the great oils to be in a body wash, definitely. Or if you really want to do good stuff for your skin, you could do some lavender with Raven Sarah, because Raven Sarah is really good for the skin, especially if there's an outbreak of any sort of herpes or like shingles and such. You can do that as well. Those 2 oils work really, really super well for the shingles. So that would be great. Yeah, definitely. Most
Awesome.
definitely.
Thank you. And then do we dilute the Protector when we're using it?
If you're going to put it in a spray bottle, yes, you need to, well, obviously you're going to need to put it in water. So I run a little heavy when it comes to the Protector. So in a I have an 8-ounce, I use an 8-ounce mister. So in an 8-ounce bottle, I think I'm putting close to 18 drops. So that's what it is. The shingles, okay, I caught it. The shingles, the shingles is Raven Sarah and lavender. And if it's painful, then you want to add a little bit of sweet marjoram in it, because that will actually work as a sedative and it will take the pain away. from the shingles, because I have not had shingles, thank goodness. So, but I understand that it can be painful. So if you have the shingles, you want to do Ravensara, lavender, and sweet marjoram, and the sweet marjoram will cut the pain out for you.
Awesome. Okay, I think that's all the questions for right now. So you can continue with your.
Okay. All right, good. All right, so oregano. So what else could we use oregano for? So any sort of toe fungus. I mean, especially right now as the summer's coming up, people are going to be swimming in other people's pools. Maybe you're camping and you're taking a shower in a campsite of some sort, and you forgot your shower shoes or whatever, and you do get a little bit of a toe fungus. So you can add the oregano into a salt, to a Dead Sea salt, or into an Epsom salt. You know, if you have the salt, and then you could probably add about anywhere between 3 to 4 drops of the oregano into a bath of salt, and do a foot soak. So that's really super helpful. So oregano, you know, it really is a strong oil. It is really works incredibly. It will kill off any sort of microbial, you know, any sort of microorganisms. It's just unbelievable how small of what it can kill off. So if it can kill off a parasite, it can kill off a whole lot of stuff. So it will work, you know, into whatever. If you have an upset stomach, or you're not sure if you had food poisoning or what's going on, a little oregano on your belly with, you know, some jojoba or something will help just kind of clean it, you know, move everything and get everything going. I had a woman who used to practice, used to do colonics. And what she would do is she would rub just like a drop of oregano oil onto the belly to help people have a bigger release when they were having a colonic. And I'll tell you, it was unbelievable what it could actually do. So viruses, fungus, any sort of spasms, or any, you know, even if you're arthritic, you know, people who have arthritis in their hands, or who have arthritis in their feet, you know, you can go ahead and actually, you know, have a soak or such, and then you can go from there. I think I just caught the last one of that questions about children using the oregano. I would not use oregano on a child. If a child is sick, then there's a lot of other oils that you could possibly use. And if they're ill, then there's, you know, kids wellness that I would go into, you know, that I would probably use more so than anything else, if that's the kind of illness that you're talking about. Hog, let's see, but Ravensar is good. I don't know much about hog foot. So I don't know, but I'm thinking it could probably fix it a little bit. So I'm pretty sure, because oregano oil can kill off a whole lot of stuff, which is why you want to be really careful, because as much as the good it can do is just as much bad. So if it's too much, you know, I always say this, I'm a big believer in shaking it up, not always doing the same thing all the time, trying to actually use a different oil, so your body doesn't plateau, you know, and doesn't actually just, you know, say, okay, you know, you've saturated your body with, you know, one specific oil. So now the body doesn't know how to actually use it to its fullest potential. So it's better to go ahead and mix it up. And that's why it's better to only use it for 3 to 5 days, and then switch the oil to a different oil, and then go from there. I mean, you're going to come in with the guns blaring, you know, and this is what oregano is. It's the guns blaring. And then from that point on, you're going to switch it off and go to something else. And it just really works better. So you want to be careful, because it really, really does. But it will really do some truly, truly some really good stuff. If you are traveling out of the United States and you're afraid of food, you know, of maybe you're having an upset stomach or catching something, while you're eating in a different country, you can take the oregano with you and just start rubbing it on your belly, you know, maybe a day before you start leaving. And then if you feel like you're not feeling well, start putting the oregano back on your belly, and then maybe alternate it. If it is for a digestive purpose, then maybe alternate it with digest. So you flip flop from one to the other, and that will help. So if you're having a little belly issue, then you can you can really do that. So, all right, I see stuff popping up. Is there, again, I'm sorry, I can't read and talk at the same time.
That's okay. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So oregano. So we've talked about digestion. As far as oregano goes for immune boosting, it is a great immune booster, but you want to be careful. You want to go ahead and use it. You can, I always tell people the best thing to do is, maybe besides just slapping it on you, is put it on the bottom of your feet, especially if you want to use it to boost your immune system. So I would do some oregano with some carrier and then rub it on the bottom of your feet, stick the wool socks on and get that heat going and get the oil just penetrated throughout your body. And that will really help, get that immune system beefed up. You want to be careful though. It's the same thing. You won't use it for a long period of time. You want to make sure that, whatever infection or whatever bacterial illness that you're fighting, that you use your oregano, but you use it mindfully. But on the bottom of the feet is like one of the best places to use it, because it's going to travel. It's going to get into the bloodstream. Once it's in the bloodstream, your blood's not going to just stay in one place. I hope not. So the blood is moving throughout your body. So therefore, you're going to get the benefit wherever it needs to go. And that's what's so great about essential oils. They have that intelligence. They have the intelligence to know what to do. They have the intelligence of knowing, okay, I'm going to penetrate through this cell and get through the cell membrane, and I'm going to fight whatever's bad, and I'm going to let whatever's good just strengthen whatever's good. So that's the greatest thing about essential oils, is that they really, truly, they have this intelligence of like knowing, like, okay, I'm going to fight the bad guys, but yet at the same time, I'm going to be able to strengthen up what the good, what is good in the body, what the body actually truly needs. That's why essential oils work so beautifully, is because it really helps so much. It can really kind of just clear everything up and get you, rev to go again. So I think, I personally, when everybody talks about the summer, because I love talking about the summer with essential oils, because there's so much that you can do with oils for the summer. Oregano is definitely a great one, especially if you're going to be traveling, because one, if people get, food poisoning or get a bellyache because they're eating richer foods or whatever, then there's the oregano that you can use. If you get bit, if you're camping, then you can use the oregano for that as well. So any sort of insect bites, even any sort of an animal bite. So for instance, I have some clients who are older and their skin is thin and they have cats. And one of them got scratched by her cat, and she ended up having cat scratch fever, which is really a weird thing, but that happens. And she had to go to the hospital to get treatment. So you want to be careful. A little bit of oregano probably would have helped, but any sort of animal bite, you can use the oregano for that. The oregano will truly, truly help, but you just have to be careful on how you use it and for how long you use it. So if you do a little bit of, if you have an animal bite you, you can put a little bit of oregano on it just to stop any sort of possible infection of some sort, then the oregano works for that. In the past, when because it's been COVID, and then we had MRSA, we had MRSA come through and stuff. So any sort of strong virus like that truly, truly does help. The oregano does help with that. So once again, you can take it internally into the 00 capsules and then go from there. But 3 to 5 days, that's the max. Truly, truly the max. You want to be careful. Don't switch from oregano oil to try remedy. You want to switch from oregano oil to maybe tea tree. And then maybe if you're still not feeling well, then you can, if it's been like a week or two since you've been using the oregano oil, then you can switch into the trauma relief. So you can try that and see how that works. So you can do one to the other, and then go from there. So that's what I would suggest if you're, because you want to kind of wean yourself off of the oregano oil, get to something that's strong but not as strong, and then you can kind of come back around and go into a strong oil again, just in case you're still, you're still battling it. So you want to be mindful of how that's working. I just want to really go back and tell everybody to be careful on using the oil straight on the skin. It's going to irritate the skin if your skin is really thin, or if your skin is, very sensitive. So be careful of that. Also, remember that any new oil that you're introducing into your body, do a little test on the inside of the arm where that thin skin is, and see how you do, and make sure that your body acclimates with the oil. If it doesn't, if you do get some irritation, then you want to put on clear oil like the jojoba or the grapeseed oil, and then that will help dilute it. Don't wash it. Soap and water is not going to dilute oil once you put it onto the skin. So don't think that that's going to happen. You want to just use a lotion, but you're better off using, like, even olive oil will work and dilute it as it's being put on. So you can try it that way as well. So anything else? Was there other questions?
There was
Or,
one that was a side note, and is our
okay.
grapeseed oil ingestible? And would you use that for capsules, the 00 capsules?
I believe our grapeseed oil is ingestible. So I would use that in the capsules, and that would be okay. Yeah, definitely. I don't. Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think
Okay.
it's good. Yeah.
And then Leslie wants to know a recommended travel kit. So when you travel, what are, say, the top 5 oils you bring with you, or what are your necessities when you travel?
Oh, okay, because it's not 5. I mean,
You got your
I
own
carry
carry-on.
them. I carry them on my person. I carry them on my. I carry them in my in my carry-on, and I carry them in my checked bag. Yeah. So what I usually use, I don't take oregano. I usually take tea tree protector. I'll take wellness. I will take breathe. I'll take Raven Sarah. So depending exactly where I'm going. So like this summer, my family and I we're going to Mexico. So I will add in. I make our own aloe vera gel for sunburns. So I'll make that with lavender and frankincense, and then I take protector. Did I just say protector? Take protector, tea tree, lemon, eucalyptus, globulus. I'm trying to think about what I just came back from a trip, and what did I take with me? Tea tree. Oh, peppermint. I take peppermint. I always take peppermint. Peppermint is a great oil to travel with, because if you're hot, you can use the peppermint to cool you down, right? Especially now as the summer's coming on. If you have a stomach stuff and you need something else, peppermint works for the stomach as well. It works incredibly well. So if you're not taking digest, or you run out of digest, take peppermint. If you don't have peppermint, then take the oregano. So it's that kind of a thing. I think that's usually, it really depends on where I'm going, but I think those are usually my top oils to take. But protector is always in a mister. I do carry a little bottle of whatever oil I'm carrying. What I do, especially if I'm in a plane, is I will open up the bottle, and I'll, on the top of the orifice reducer, you'll get like a little bit of a smear of the oil that's still there. So I'll rub my finger on top of the bottle, and then where the air comes out of, then I rub my finger in where the air comes out of the vents up on the top of the airplane. So,
That's
it's just
brilliant.
so that's what I do. So then what I'll do is I'll do 1 drop onto the palm of my hand. And usually it's either a eucalyptus or it's a tea tree. And oh yes, digest is now called D's. I'm so sorry. I'll smear it on my hands, and that's how I grab the seatbelt, right? So I'll grab the seatbelt, and I just kind of wipe everything off with my hand, instead of taking out, a lot of people take the little wipes out and such, and then they clear everything up. Then that's what I do. So I just kind of just smear everything, do a little bit of oil on my fingertips, and get the air vents going. So yeah, when people sit next to me, you can tell that when they smell, they're like, "Do you smell that?" I'm like, I don't smell anything, you know? So I go, "Doesn't it smell good though?" And they're like, "Yeah, it does. It doesn't smell like regular airplane air." I go, "No, it's fantastic, right?" So yeah, you're doing a service for yourself and for the person who's sitting next to you. If you're traveling in the car, you definitely want protector. And you definitely want peppermint because, you get doubt or you want focus because if someone's traveling, if someone has to drive, you want to be awake, right? You don't want anyone to fall asleep at the wheel. So focus is really a great blend to have when you're in the car because it keeps you awake. And what I do is I get jumbo cotton balls and because I know that there's a lot of little adapters that you can put in your vents, whatever. But I change oils so often that it just it's easier and it makes more sense for me. I get jumbo cotton balls and then I will put the oil that I want it to smell on the jumbo cotton ball and then I stick it in the air vent. And then there you go, voila. So if you need to stay awake, you want focus. If if you're going to public bathrooms like everybody is, you definitely want to take some tea tree with you. If you want to carry a mister of protector and mist the toilets before you sit or whatever, then there's that as well. I have had a tendency to get off the toilet and put tea tree on my hands and put my bottom, rub it on my bum because you never know where you're sitting, right? So, and I always put tea tree on after I wash my hands. But so in the car, what did I say? Protector, peppermint, focus, and tea tree for sure. And if somebody does have gets motion sickness, then the peppermint usually always helps. If not, lavender or the lavender ice will help with motion sickness. So that's really a good staple to have in the car and to do that. So some people will actually create their own little hand wipes and such, and they'll put the essential oil in there. So you can do that as well. So that's a good thing to try to do. But in the car, on the plane, you can do it. You can definitely do it. So it works.
That's fantastic. Last question. Does lavender ice help with sickness on the boat?
Oh, I would think so. I think what I would probably do is I would put oil on my feet, like one of the tree oils, like one of the, like the balsam fir or something, just to help ground you and just to kind of pull the energy down a little bit. You can also try the lavender ice, maybe because sometimes it's a balance thing. So you can try it on the back of your ears and see if that helps give the balance. But a tree oil is, because when you look at a tree, the roots are deep into the earth and it's really grounding. So sometimes it's a grounding thing. If it's an equilibrium thing, then the lavender ice could help, but it could help, you want to apply it around the outside of the back of the ear and then maybe down the throat or the back of the neck. That will probably help. But if it's, motion sickness, however, land or water, you can use an oil for something. That would be good.
Excellent. I know everybody's still craving more information from you.
That's all right.
Like I have 3 pages of notes and I'm the one interviewing you, but I can't help, like, this is such a wealth of knowledge. We definitely will have you back. Maybe we can do this, once a month, have a diva call with Veronica and yeah, blow it up, you guys, in the chat. How much did you appreciate this call? And
Thank you.
and I love the shout out that Paula gave you last time after the call, and I'm sure her inbox is going to be blowing up, or her Facebook with, "Oh my gosh, that was amazing! Thank you for letting us have her." So yes, everyone's thank you, awesome call.
You're
So
welcome. Thank
you
you.
guys, I will get the recording out. This would be a great one for those of you sharing the product. This would be a great training to send people that got that had an auto ship this month or were brand new with the 100 CV and just say, hey, I was thinking of you. I know that you got the oregano oil. I want to make sure that you use it safely. Here's a training class on it that I think you'll enjoy. So that would be a great follow up with your customers. Let me go to share screen real quick here and pull this up. Hold on, view. Sorry, just a second. Reading view. There we go. Okay. And so, as you know, we are in our first month with our gut check product. We've had three great trainings and a testimonial call. Thank you, Tanya and Donna, for the amazing training that you ladies brought to HB Naturals and the Diva Call on gut check. Gut check, we've had some amazing testimonies on that already, and we're looking for more. So if you have purchased gut check, please let whoever invited you to the gut check calls or shared that with you, or whoever invited you to HBN, let them know your experience, because as people that share these products, we really love to get that feedback. We've got several people that are doing the weight loss challenge. HB Naturals will pay you up to $500 for pounds lost. Everybody's kind of getting ready. You know, it's summertime now, so everybody's really gung-ho on getting those last pounds off, and this Unicorn Love Box is an excellent box to get you started on that. It comes with 2 Slimmer Max full size, Vitality, which is my favorite tea, full size. It has Mind, Body, Soul, Slimmer Oil Drops, Fat Detox Plus. It also comes with 12 $25 gift cards that you, even as a customer, can share with people that you love and care for. If you put that on auto ship, that you can change as soon as the shipment, you get shipment notification, you'll get an additional 10 gift cards that you can also share, taking that up to 22 gift cards that you will be able to bless your friends with. And that also qualifies you for the free bottle of oregano oil. So there's the amount of money that you can get paid to lose weight. I know myself, between the parasite cleanse and the liver detox, and then just really enjoying the healthy food journey I'm on, I've lost close to 20 pounds. I forgot to turn in my paperwork, so I'm not getting any of that back. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of our Detox Diva calls every single week. These calls happen at 7 o'clock every Thursday. You are always welcome to invite people to your wellness community that you belong to on Facebook with HB Naturals, and feel free to invite them to this call. If you see some information and you are a customer that's really enjoying your journey with the HBN products, feel free to invite your friends to also take a look at this, because we truly are a company, as Paula always says in capital letters, we are a company that's making an impact. So with that, I will close out this meeting. Thank you all for your weekly attendance and bringing guests, because we really need to get the word out on these products. And again, Veronica, thank you so much for your time. You are a wealth of knowledge. You are so fun to listen to, and your passion just exudes you when you're speaking. So thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.